Welcome. Oh, we're in a time of turning the wheel. The wheel of fortune is here. And remember, we took a descent into the underworld, and now we're elevating in to the heavens, into the upper world. But in order to do so, we have to access the archetype of the external child. And this was activated with Lionsgate. Look at that. We know our central sun is in alignment with Sirius and Orion's belt, the Great Pyramid, and our central sun, our solar plexus within us, as well as the black sun within the core of the earth. And what this is activating, the archetype of the eternal child, is the warrior. This is the time we're in. So we need this energy. And this energy is our inner child. This is not the program. This is authentically what we came here to do with our inner child as part of creation. And not, not allowing this inner child to create or putting restrictions on this inner child. And this can get us into, this is where this begins. If we don't honor this and work with this archetype properly, this is where patterns of separation begin. I feel like just called, we did share this message, but we're going to share it again today. We're going to get all of the messages today. We're going to do it proper. This may be a little bit longer, but you know what, guys, we're going to do it proper. So hang tight. Let's get it. Here we go. The eternal child. The inner child, the child of joy. The eternal child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else, and at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The eternal child wants to nix all rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return, of course, with plenty of friends, right? Because children want to play. With plenty of friends to the land of the free, where divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. We all want to sip from the well of eternal youth, and this makes the eternal child naturally popular. Perhaps even famous. The eternal child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life. So when light, joyful, playful, accepts all, it accepts all, and is magic. When dark, addicted, selfish, adrift, burns out, and this has to do with our adrenal glands, okay, our energy centers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life, right? So we know that we're always in alchemy and we're tempering and working with the archetypes to restore balance. But right now, we know we need to get into joy. We're going to change our energy. We need to give ourselves permission to be in joy. Because we need to change our consciousness, okay? This is about consciousness. We spoke about this last time we met up. Making love. The reading is making love. Okay? We need to be deserving. We need to be deserving of our manifestations. Because this is going to help us with temptation. Let's zoom out here for a minute, guys. This is going to help us with temptation. Look, because we're not honoring the eternal child, we're feeling tempted. Because, of course, the devil wants us to be patterns. Look, there's patterns of separation right here, where we're separating ourselves from life because we're not honoring something within ourselves, and it's connected to the inner child. So we're being tempted. But remember, this is part of the path. And what we're being tempted with is the cup of lust. And this is where we're seeking pleasure. We're seeking pleasure to feel happy, because that's what the child wants to feel. It wants to feel joy. So we're caught in addictions, patterns of separation, to feel some sort of way. We're creating with stimulus, so we need to heal with our lower vibrational impulses, because we want this stimulus because we're not honoring this piece of ourselves. So this is how we get into patterns of addiction, and we drink too much coffee, and we smoke too much, or we smoke too much weed, or we drink too much booze, or we watch too much porn, or we're doing all of it, right? And all the other addictions, we shop too much. We are healing from lust, okay? So we're finding love. Remember, there's always a positive within a negative. We're going to find love here, and we're going to remember that this space is connected to this space. But remember, we're not being tricked anymore. We're seeing through our illusions. We're seeing that this is an opportunity, and it's sacred. It's sacred lust, and it's an opportunity to expand and untwist it. And there is an elevation happening here. And what this has to do with is the fact that we need to embrace the dark, okay? Transformation of light and dark. And we got these messages the last few times we met up, okay? Because we're working with the archetype of the maiden, and we're going to mature her. Now, the maiden, she likes to get into a little bit of trouble, go into the dark forest, but this is also part of her delights. So we're tempering this energy, okay? With the central sun, remember what happened within the sky: abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. And in order to do so, we need to change our perceptions. Our perceptions, look, our perceptions can keep us biased. Our perceptions can create racism. Our perceptions can create separation. Or our perceptions we can apply love there. And we can do all kinds of beautiful things for this world. In order to do so, we need to work with the Father. We need to work with the energy and see what is of dark and what is of light, and how all things come together. And we're doing that within the ocean, our connection to the unknown, and just everything. Like, look, everything here, we cannot own the ocean. There's a connection to us understanding we can't own the ocean, and that's activating the archetype of the mother, which, remember, we need this. We're maturing the maiden. Remember, the maiden, and now she's going to mature into the mother. And there's a gift here. Look at that pearl. But, pearl came from pain. It's a piece of sand that went in a clam, and over time created a pearl. There was pain being honored here, and it's our connection to the shadow. And remember, because this is about being whole with the dark and the light, okay? This is about this place. This is where this transformation is being honored. We have to access the archetype of the eternal child, and it's connected to the warrior. Let's share this message. The warrior. The samurai, the soldier, the advocate. We often envision the warrior as an enamored figure with a sword in hand, moving blindly toward battle. Yet the deeper aspects of this archetype bring us face to face with death itself. The warrior stands precariously at the edge of life and death, trusting the eternal to guide the sword's blade. The warrior's work requires presence, alignment, and purpose. If and when the warrior loses its center, meaningless confrontations and violence are their default response. When this card appears, it is important to question the battle at hand. It is likely a great one with deep roots and long-standing tensions. The actions you take will stay with you long after the dust settles, so choose wisely, brave one. As you draw your sword, realign with the eternal wisdom within, then surrender to the battle. When light, fierce, clarity, purposeful action, resolve, resilience. When dark, threats, savagery, abandoning, mission, and values. So, we know that in this reading, we got the activation of Anunnaki light codes, energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. Look at that. Oh, let's zoom out, guys. Hang tight. look at the connection to these cards. So this is the activation. Right here. I thought I had all the information ready to go. And I am missing one book. So that means, guys, I gotta find this. I gotta find this information. We're gonna head on over to part 2, okay? This has to do with the restoration of confidence within our magic. Confidence within us. So this has to do with our truth and our authenticity, okay? I'll see you part 2.